Hello and welcome to another Travel Risk Management Health, Safety and Security Advisory Tip. My name's Tony Ridley, Editor-in-Chief at TravelRiskManagementSolutions.com. When it comes to travel security tips, there's an abundance applicable and contextual to the individual destination and certainly the individuals themselves. So it should be contextualized, and certainly I would recommend and prioritize the information that is pertinent to the particular traveler and to the certain destination. But however, there's a couple of general tasks that need to be considered or certainly discussed before individuals themselves undertake travel or companies need to consider as part of their policies and procedures. So first and foremost is that around the information associated with the travel and the itinerary themselves. In many instances, for example, individuals have in their email box out of office. That can actually create a security environment or threat for the individuals at their place of origin. That can be an indication, certainly in many countries around the world, that they are away, that their partners or their children or their house is left unattended, and they are away on holidays, and therefore anybody remembering that this is not a closed network, unlike the rumours and speculations and fears around Facebook updates and other social media updates that people are then predatory. This is actually a random engagement. Those sorts of social media updates means it's one of your friends or one of your connections that's passed on the information or possibly responsible. Whereas email itself, anybody could send you an email deliberately or unintentionally and get that autoresponder out of office. So these sorts of things from the very beginning originate around travel security and security associated with both the individual and the nature and duration and destination of the journey, if it's not to be communicated to all and sundry. Then the individuals themselves, as they prepare, when you prepare yourself for a journey of any sort, whether you're a seasoned traveller or a first-time traveller, there should be a routine or a system applied. So it's both the collection of your documents, it's an emergency access of your documentation, it's how you pack, the types of bags that you use, the types of locks that you use on your bags, what goods and items and assets that you have in which type of baggage. You don't want to have important and cannot lose type accessories in your main cargo luggage, as it can be lost. The identification of it, the things that identify you as a particular company, individuals who travel with big logos all over their shirts and their luggage and their briefcases, again, that can identify you for targeting at the point of destination or even in transit. And the other thing that should be noted too is that in flight, time and time again, you see many people very liberal and careless with everything from passports to money to cash, all sorts of things. You can potentially be identified or be targeted as a result of passengers on the plane. Certainly if you flippantly display attractive items or carry yourself in a manner that can make yourself a target. That comes to the primary point of when you travel, your activities, the places you stay, the possessions that you have, in some shape or form can potentially determine the victimology associated with you. That is that do you present in such a manner that you are perceived to be a victim, or you create an environment in which somebody wants what you have or sees you as being a preferential target over somebody else? It's not about maintaining an absolute low profile. It's simply about making yourself the least or minimal target of opportunity or attractive target possible, and that's not the overt display of wealth or watches, pens, electronic goods. Too many people's economic rationale when it comes to travel is falsely calibrated. And what I mean by that is simply the pair of shoes that you're wearing or sunglasses. In some instances, in some economic environments, that alone could be a month salary, or it could be a significant economic benefit to an individual who knows what it is. So don't instantly think things like laptops and Rolex watches and those types of things. It could be much, much lower. And common things such as your shoes, your hat, your sunglasses, those sorts of things, your mobile phones, all those sorts of things are readily identifiable to most people universally around the world, and therefore present yourself as a as a target. So at all stages, change management should be considered. So the individual themselves, whenever circumstances change, should be stop and collecting. So if you go from daytime to nighttime, or your journey has been changed, or you find yourself in an area or location that wasn't scheduled in the itinerary, any and every time an extension, for example, or a different airline, or a commute via somewhere else, every time there is a change, there should be a mechanism in place to review that your decision-making process and your security is preserved and maintained throughout the course of the journey itself. So once again, they're very broad, very generic in the sense, but often the most overlooked aspects when it comes to travel security, without the contextual-based location elements that are mandatory in all journey travel risk management scenarios. So once again, thanks very much for joining us for another travel risk management, health, safety and security advisory tip. For more information and videos on this subject, please visit the website at www.travelriskmanagementsolutions.com. Thanks very much, and that's all for now. Bye.
Do you travel for business? Your health and safety is at risk. At Travel Risk Management Solutions, we help you reduce the risk of business travel. Get information and support for your company's social and legal objectives of reducing, managing, or eliminating business travel risks. We provide online business hazard identification information, location-specific business travel information, manager's guides, tools and checklists, training resources, and consulting. We ensure that business leaders and travel managers make informed decisions. Remove fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Ensure your workplace health and safety includes business travel today. Get your tips from www.travelriskmanagementsolutions.com.